Mike, your standard of evidence is silly. I don't need to be able. Look, let me give you an example. Mike, I'm gonna mute you for a second, so that I can give you my example.
The claim is.
So, okay, let's say they're driving down the street, and you drive past the car crash. Now, you don't know what caused the car crash, but you still know that a car crash happened because you see the wreckage. You don't have to know the individual steps that took place during the car crash to know that there, at one point, the cars were not collided, and then afterwards, the cars collided. You don't have to know everything that happened in between in order to know that the car crash occurred. That's what we know about evolution. We might not be able to fill in all of the gaps, but we do know, we have genetic evidence, for example. We do know that this is a process that does happen. You can unmute yourself now.
Alright, sorry man, I'm down to 15%. Can you...
Up. Kicked himself off. By the way, for those who are asking, I don't add people unless there's somebody that I already know, and there's somebody that I want to bring up because, you know, I think that I know what they're going to say already. So otherwise I only just do one-on-ones. So apologies in advance. Siri, how's it going?
Hey, it's Siri.
Siri, how's it going?
Great. I don't have that much time to get in a full dispute, but I did just want to ask, because I am curious, if you have, like, been in anything unrelated to religion, whether it's, like, faith in sort of, you know, your lunch is gonna taste good, like, just kind of faith in general.
I don't know what you mean by faith. If it's like
believing.
Belief and faith, I think, are different. Yes, I will believe that my sandwich that I make tastes good because I know what's going into my sandwich and I know that I like that taste. I don't think that that's faith. That's just a true belief.
So you don't really have like faith in things that you can't predict?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay. Yeah, I was just really curious about that. But I also did want to bring up, I thought it was pretty interesting, that founder of NASA, Werner von Braun.
He wasn't the founder of NASA.
Oh, okay. Well, what was he?
He was a scientist brought on to head up the Apollo program, or to be the scientific director of the Apollo program. He wasn't the head of the Apollo program, but he was the scientific director.
I did just think it was interesting that he put Psalms 19:1 on his headstone.
Well,
when he
didn't. He was dead, right? His wife did.
Well, you know, marriage is a tie through, I think, God, in my opinion.
Well, but he certainly didn't put it there.
Check your weapons, check your gear. We're holding for deployment.
I figured that it was him. I feel like people usually...
How would he? He was dead.
Man of...
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
People usually pre-think it the way that they want to.
Maybe. He may very well have, but we have no reason to think that that's the case.
People in this chat are so mean.
Don't read the chat. They're gonna be mean.
But no, yeah, like I said, I don't really have that much time, but I really was just curious if you, because I think a lot of times it's, and I 100% see where you're coming, it's way easier to feel gratification in being able to explain everything, but I think the beauty
All
of it is
stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized.
I think that,
let's get that bird spinning, finish up,
kind of
we're
flips the
airborne in
position
3.
there. The scientific position is that we can only explain that which we have evidence for.
We're deploying
The
to the front
religious
lines.
position is that
You're
everything
up.
can be
Grab your
explained just by
chutes.
saying because God.
Enemy activity will be high. Expect contact early and
I
often.
have my own interpretation that to a certain extent, it's not necessarily our job to be able to try
Let's
to
roll.
understand. And so default, yes, what you said is correct. You just go through the
Resurgence. Stay alive to keep your squad in the fight.
But so then there is no.
Mark a
So
drop point for
what
your
you
squad
said that
and lead 'em
sometimes
in.
there's beauty in not being able to explain things. The religious position makes the claim that you can
Enemy
explain
soldier
everything.
incoming.
Through God, not, you know.
Yeah. The scientific position doesn't make the claim that you can explain everything. In fact, the scientific position is generally that there's only some things that
Enemy
we can
marked.
explain, and the rest of it we're trying to figure out.
Enemy here.
The scientific position is that there are some things that we can explain very well, and some things that we don't know how to explain, and so we spend time trying to figure it out.
So as far as biblical creation, like what's your standpoint? Other than it's stupid.
That it didn't happen,
You
and
got
believing that it did
reinforcements
happen is
inbound.
dumb.
Okay. Well, I hope you have a great day. I have to get going, but I was just curious about anything.
Alright, sounds good. Thanks for being here, Siri.
Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. Enemy marked.
Great thing. How's it going?
Outstanding. Thank you. It's actually breaking math, in fact.
Breaking math.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Very good, very good. Just hearing the last couple of conversations, I usually bring up probabilities and with respect to the endogenous versus evaluation discussion. By the way, I'm completely on your side on this, but I think the more effective approach is to discuss probabilities.
Enemies dropping into the AO.
And identical orientation.
You got reinforcements inbound.
To a wreck with, and then you find an identical.
Remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
But that's only for a single and only between humans and chimpanzees, for example, identical ERPs. That's the more context that I think is a little more helpful, and I just thought I'd share that because I've had the same conversations as well. So, yeah,
Much appreciated. Thanks for being here.
absolutely.
No, some people are just well informed.
Setting
I wasn't reading
Claymore.
a script.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Hey, how you
Leon,
doing?
how's it going?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. What do you think about this background here?
The Bible creation is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I think the invitation is definitely there, but
Gas is inbound.
what I just want to know exactly what side part of it is, that way you know, in case we're going on a back
Squad
and
mates
forth,
redeploying. Well done.
saying something snarky,
Positive
cutting
ID
me
on the bounty
off,
target.
trying to teach
Hunt
me
'em down.
something, right? Good chance you probably know whatever
I'm actually not a biologist.
Oh, good for you. Whatever you know, you know. That's great. You're a very smart guy. I know you're a smart guy.
Using here, guys.
Safe zone.
I just want to know what is the title of your video or your caption mean to you?
Yeah, that the Earth is not 6,000 or whatever it might be. That humanity didn't start with
Loadout
a
drop
single
headed your
couple.
way.
That there was no great
Time
flood.
for vengeance. You're redeploying.
The universe wasn't created in 6 days. There wasn't a Tower of Babel. Basically everything from Genesis 1 to Genesis 11 isn't an accurate representation of how our universe came to be and how life on Earth came to be.
Alright, good to go. Fair enough.
You've got
Somebody mentioned you're a doctor.
reinforcements
What do you do,
inbound.
if I can ask?
I have a PhD in physics.
PhD in physics. Okay. How many years does it take?
How many years?
I'm not.
Depends on the person. Depends on what field you're in.
Okay. How long did it take you?
The PhD process is usually 3 to 5 years, depending on what you're doing.
I assume you.
No, I did 4.5.
Mark
I was during COVID, so it's kind of rough.
map. Get
That's not
hunting.
bad. All right, fair enough. Well, I did want to mention that I'm not religious.
You got
I don't
gas
know, just
inbound.
people.
Safe zone relocated.
Yep.
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac
Oh,
map.
you're young.
Go get
You're
hunting.
young. in a good way.
Stop reading chat. Talk to me.
I know, my bad. It's just, there's a lot of people. So, fucking...
25 remain. Solid work so far. Your squad mates redeploying. Well done.
So I want to just come off the that real quick. Come up here. Let me quick play. I'm not religious.
Good idea.
Claim or anything like that. I'm very familiar with the Bible stories, though I'm not. I can't just.
Do you think that they're true?
Yes. Events of history.
So, how old would you say the universe is?
That I cannot determine. That personally, I can't. Me personally, you know, because I'm not.
So,
For one,
so let me rephrase. Do you think that the universe was created in 6 days?
I know you're gonna.
Taking effective fire!
You're gonna go on your tangent. Just give me a second. I'm gonna just.
Tangent. It's the subject.
I don't personally know. I'm not a person that makes that time or
Lost that
anything.
some
I do know that.
Bounty contract's been pulled.
Contract fire!
Relevant to
Stop
the person
shooting
death of
me!
Jesus Christ, and that the Jesus Christ did definitely exist and was a man that actually existed on this planet. And he's a person that can be
Sure.
traced in history.
Enemies dropping into the AO.
Were true to time.
What? But that has nothing to do with Genesis 1 through Genesis 2.
No, it doesn't.
Destroyed that
You're
target.
absolutely right. But
You're
that's,
losing ground. Move it.
that's part of
Attack me!
So do you believe that what's described in Genesis 1 through 11 is a factual recounting of what happened historically?
in the beginning. There was
Yeah,
like,
you know, 6 days of creation, then Garden of Eden, Tower of
to the
Babel,
safe
Great Flood, all
zone.
this stuff.
yeah. So great question. Really the way I see it,
Taking effective fire!
I don't think it's just as simple as
Still alive.
Enemy mark.
6 days there was light. You know,
Got
like in
movement.
6 days there was stars. It took 6 days and God rested on the 7th. And he did
Okay,
it.
so you don't think that's what
I
happened?
don't think that's how. I don't believe that that's how.
Then we agree.
But
And you and I,
because I don't think it's stupid, right? What I think is our brains, our stupid
Moving here.
dumb brains.
Disregard movement.
Now, apparently, the Bible is the word of God. The Bible is something to follow, right? The way to live morals in life.
didn't you say you're not religious?
No, I'm not.
I'm awfully religious.
When I was a kid, I was an atheist because of the things.
I don't care what you were.
I definitely do sound good. Probably not. I can guarantee it, but I don't have to prove myself for none of that. I'm just letting you know how it is.
Okay, I just don't believe you. I just don't believe that
I
you're
mean,
not.
that's okay.
I mean, that's not here nor there. Look, the point is that it sounds like you agree with me that, you know, the universe wasn't literally created in 6 days. So it doesn't sound like we have much to disagree about.
I don't.
I mean, I think that believing something that's factually untrue is stupid.
It's not. You think it's that it's linear, right? The universe is
Well, it's literally written linearly in Genesis 1.
We are returning you to the front.
What's
Earn
6 days
this.
to God?
Well, it doesn't even say day. It says, well, it does say day, but it says morning and night. So this is just the amount of time it takes for the sun to go down and then back up. Actually, it says, yeah,
Down
it
to
says
you,
morning and
soldier.
night, so
Stay
up
sharp.
and down. So it's literally a day, 24-hour period.
Get ready. Resurgence window's about to close.
Who's God? Like,
I don't think- I think God's a character.
definition, I guess, and I'm not asking you to be like, oh, I'm gonna answer it to make you feel stupid. No, I mean like, I guess God is just. You
got gas moving in.
All powerful, all knowing, right? As we know by
You
definition.
got reinforcements
But what does that
inbound.
have to do with the fact that it was literally described as there was morning, there was evening, there was morning, the third day, there was
Move to
evening,
the
there was
safe
morning,
zone.
the fourth day.
Your
Like,
squad mate's
they're
back
literally
on
describing the
station.
cycle of
Good work.
a 24-hour period.
Your squad mates redeploying. Well
Did
done.
it say that? Did it say that God was looking at?
It literally says
fire
there was
sale's
evening
done.
and then there was
Prices are back to
morning
normal.
in X day.
Let me do it.
Threats in
I'm
the
gonna
area.
grab my Bible and let me go ahead and see if it says that. I'm Hispanic.
Okay.
Got a
Cancel
House of
last.
Bibles. Let me just go ahead and see if it says exactly, you know, if he gives me exact times and dates and stuff. Again, I don't read the Bible like that. All right, so you ready? We're gonna do this together. Me and you.
Yeah, go to Genesis 1, verse 3, verse 4, something like that.
All right.
Sorry, verse 5.
Verse 5. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning was the first day.
Get down, enemy
God
sniper
said,
here.
All right.
Let there
Enemy
be
in the
light.
area.
Located in HVT.
This
This was high risk, high reward.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you don't have to. The point is every
Resurgence is no
4
longer
verses or
active.
so, or 5
It's
verses, however many it
Enemy
is,
marked.
it's always there was evening and there was morning,
Supply
a
crates are
third day. There was
restocked.
evening, there was morning, a
Advise you
fourth
load
day.
up
Now,
now.
notably, once the sun was created, which I
Moving.
believe was on the second day, was it on the second day?
Verse 8, and God called the firmament heaven,
No, that's
and him describing.
so there was, so light is the first day.
I'm trying to see where it's at.
Yeah, when does he put the, is that day 4? I don't
Enemies
know,
are dropping
it's
into the
day,
area. Watch the skies.
it's day 4 is the light of the heaven. So look, everything after the 4th day, the sun, it's verse 16.
Moving here.
Primary
So
objective
everything after the
complete.
4th day,
All
the
targets
sun
eliminated.
is doing its setting and rising thing. And so if it were the
high
case,
caliber
that
Gas is inbound.
I'm looking for that 4th day, like you said. 'cause
it's
apparently-
verse 16 says God made the 2 great lights, and then verse 19 is there was evening and there was morning, a 4th day.
Be advised.
So
you still
the
have
point I'm getting
squad
at
mates
is that
outside the safe
after
zone.
day 4, it still describes each day as just a single morning, or a single evening, and a single morning. If it were actually some notion of like a god day, then there would be millions of evenings and millions of mornings in between each god day, because at that point the sun was already going up and down, rising and setting, because he made the sun on the 4th day. So there's just no good evidence
Enemy
that
fire station incoming.
that this was meant to be interpreted as, oh, a god day. There's no contextual reason for this to get there.
So what is your faith? Do you believe
I don't have
that? Well, the universe is billions of people, correct? That's all
Yep.
because of other people's
25 remain.
science and the science that you've
No,
observed.
The enemy
it's
took
based
down.
on, it's based off of evidence. It's not
Right,
faith, it's
well,
evidence.
Right, evidence of other people's word. Correct. Other people's work that they've worked on, that they've looked over, evidence that
Yeah,
they've
it's
got,
evidence,
right?
there's no faith.
So you're going
That's
off
what evidence is, not faith.
worked on.
Where's
You
the
have
faith there?
You have faith in that word. You have faith that's true.
Belief
Because
and
if it's not
faith are
true,
different
There's
things.
no foundation.
Belief and faith are different things.
No, you're right. Belief and faith, but I'm not talking about belief. You have faith.
Right, I
Because-
believe that what they're writing is I believe that the data from people who
Right.
did science 50 years ago, I believe that the data they collected is an accurate representation of the world
faith,
around
that's
us.
true. You have so much
That's not a
faith
faith
that's
though.
true.
We have
You
good
have faith that
reason
that's
to
true
think,
to the-
which makes it not
Okay.
faith-based. It's evidence-based because we have good reason to think that it is true. We have evidence based on their peers reporting the same sort of data, etc.
Right, you have faith that evidence is true.
It's not faith.
Because did you
It's evidence-based. It's evidence-based belief, which is just called knowledge.
Did you get that evidence? Did you gain that evidence yourself?
Yes, I can go read the multiple different sources and compare them, and that lends credence to the idea that what they're reporting accurately represents the world around us.
So you have faith that multiple people.
Nowhere in that sentence did I say faith.
Well, you have to have some sort of faith to.
I don't.
So you'd have no faith that these people.
No, I have
More
belief.
powerful word,
I have
right?
evidence-backed belief
Evidence-backed belief of what? That the creation.
that
came
these
from
people are accurate. That these
Big
people are
Bang.
accurately representing the data, and therefore I can then interpret that data reliably and come to the same conclusions as them, ending up with the same conclusion that the universe is at least 13.8 billion years old.
Check your gear and weapons. We'll be deploying shortly.
Have faith. That's
No, this is evidence-based.
you have not even believed it. You have faith in it.
It's evidence-based. It's an evidence-based belief, which is just what we call knowledge,
When you
as long
die,
as it's true.
do you think anything happens to you?
I don't have any reason to think so.
You have faith in that. You have faith. You have
No?
pure faith. That
Wait,
there's
did you
nothing
hear what I
else
said?
other than that.
Did you hear what I said?
Enemies
Because I didn't say that
dropping
there's
into the
nothing else. I said I don't have any reason to believe that there is something else.
And you've subscribed. You have completely subscribed to the idea. You mean
What idea? The idea of what? I just said I don't have evidence to believe something. What idea did I say I have evidence to believe?
Okay, so you know Jesus Christ exists, right?
Enemy soldier incoming.
Yeah, that's probably.
No. Okay, probably.
All stations.
Probably with the same level of certainty that we know like other historical figures existed.
Do you have more belief
that
that
bird spinning,
the universe
finish up,
is
we're
13
airborne in
million
3.
years old and
Here we are. Head shed gave the
I don't
green
have faith
light.
in either.
We're deploying you to the front lines.
I said no.
You're
no,
up.
no.
Grab your shoots.
You believe.
You are clear
Yeah,
hot on
the
all
data
threats.
seems. I
Watch your
I
ass
would
down there.
be more likely to bet on the age of the universe than on Jesus' existence, because typically empirical
see you on the
scientific
other
data
side.
is more reliable than historical data, just
Okay.
because it's quantified in a much better way.
You
Resurgence.
literally have like.
Survive to redeploy fallen teammates.
Oh,
Kill
are you
and
talking
bring
about
them
the Shroud
back
of
faster.
Turin?
Okay, so you
Let's
know.
grab that
okay,
bounty contract.
You have more faith in the universe existing.
It's not fake. You can say it however much you want. It's just not fake. If there's evidence backing up the idea, definitely it's not fake.
But you probably think that Jesus Christ existed.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty good
Moving.
chance.
Like with.
This
But like-
got
like-
one-sided here.
Enemies are dropping into the
I
area.
don't think that we have.
Watch the skies.
I don't think that we have any historic, like physical evidence, but we have written records by people who are not Christians. So these non-Christian people probably wouldn't like make up a character, right?
Yeah, the 12 people.
That's my thinking.
Like the 12 people who like got tortured.
Bounty
Eyes on an enemy.
The 3 people that were probably martyred.
Probably. Of like.
There's only 3, and there are only 3 martyrs that are even mentioned anywhere outside of biblical literature. The rest are just stories found in the Bible. So, yeah, I mean,
Get ready.
and those 3 we don't even know why they were executed.
Your squad mates back on station. Good work.
So you're willfully ignorant. Like on purpose.
So, how am I being willfully ignorant? Sorry?
Enemies dropping into the AO.
So you refute anything from
You
the
got
Bible?
reinforcements
Like anything,
inbound.
like anything
No,
from the
it's-
Bible, do you refute?
It's just people, the authors of the Bible were obviously motivated to represent history in a particular way.
Obviously motivated.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to push
An agenda?
a religious doctrine.
Much. Okay. Like.
They were trying. They were writing texts to convince other people that what they thought they experienced is true. So you know, if they heard a story, and you know somebody told it to them just a little bit wrong, but you know in a way that made it more amenable to like Christian belief, then they might not question it and just be like, oh yeah,
You're
that
getting
sounds
another
right.
chance. Make it count.
By the way, the poll has started, so we'll see in a minute and a half if people want you to be here. But we'll see.
I mean, I'll leave.
You don't have to leave. I actually like the conversation as far as we go.
Soldier incoming.
It's better than earlier ones.
I know exactly where your mindset sits too, because I've been there. Like I've had arguments with my grandma, God rest her soul, she was alive, about the same things. Like I've subscribed completely to the belief that the universe is
Gas is closing
billions of
in.
years old, because like there is evidence of that and all that. But I also had to realize myself that part of me was kind of like subscribing to that part of that idea. Yeah, I've read it. And I was like, there's no way space, like, there's no way they can cover.
Stand by for redeployment.
That can't be. That's not possible. Go fucking
Get your squad to the safe zone. No one gets left behind.
and God and all that. And that was always my big thing. That was like, yeah, that's proof enough for me that
You're the last one
God
standing,
doesn't
soldier.
exist, right?
Survive
And-
until your squad can
or does
redeploy.
exist, but to a sort of
Squad
limited
mates
degree.
redeploying. Well done.
And that's something where I'd always have to
got a loadout
argue with
drop
my,
inbound.
I had to argue with my
Ah,
grandmother.
bounty target's gone dark.
And
Lost contract.
she'd always
Enemies
tell
are
me like
dropping into the area.
that
Watch the
Earth is
skies.
6,000 years old. I'm like, Grandma, like they can look at the fucking ground and measure the time that rocks were here longer than us. I feel like that's not, you know, and part of it.
So then why do you?
I tell
So,
you,
but
Yeah.
do you believe that?
You got
You
reinforcements
still believe that the
inbound.
Earth is old, right?
I don't believe it's as old as they
Taking
say.
effective
I don't
fire!
believe it's as old as they say that they've measured it, and I don't believe that if
So,
if
how
the-
about
if
this?
the universe,
So
if the universe
the
was,
people spoke.
yeah.
So I'm gonna give you 30 seconds a minute to explain why
Go
you
for it.
no longer think that the age of the Earth is old. So go ahead, you'll get last word.
I'll let you talk. I-
No, I mean it just like no. Never mind.
Gas is closing in.
You're
Get
good,
to the new
man.
safe zone. Enemies dropping into the AO.
All right. Well, Rihanna, it was a pleasure.
Marking the
Enemy
red
down.
zone.
People spoke. You did better than most. It was a 1-2 split. So, you know, but people spoke, and I have to respect that.
Absolutely. Hey, it was good talking to you. It was a pleasure. Fucking stay safe out
Likewise.
there. Regardless, God
will
bless.
not die here.
Take care, man. Have a good one. Look, I have to respect the will of the people. There's 1,000 people here. They're voting. You know, I'm a socialist. It's not my channel. It's our channel. Right?
Stay safe.
Daryl, how's it going?
Okay, how you doing? Can you hear
I'm
me?
doing okay. Yeah, I can. What do you think about this background here?
It's okay. It's on the phone, I'm driving, so I really can't look.
Oh, you can't be driving, brother. You can't be driving into TikTok
You're
Live.
getting
Sorry,
another
brother.
chance. Make it count.
So just as a word, and don't hate on Christians for this. A lot of
Squad
Christians
mates
think that being a
redeploying. Well
Christian is
done.
just not being religious because it's just kind of like the default belief, and that's not something that I mean like it bothers me because it's like an erasure of other
Squad mates
religions.
back on station.
But
Good work.
it's not something that we should like be super mad about because they haven't been exposed to anything besides that. So
Throwing smoke!
Supply boxes marked. Secure
just
those
keep them.
I
locations.
will not let you die!
Broham, how's it going? Not a whole lot.
Hey, so sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. A couple
You're good.
things. So Billy Carlson.
Yeah.
Tablets.
Oh yeah. Oh, this guy is such a scrub.
You know
Yeah, no,
what?
I know who Billy Carlson is. He's the guy. He has videos on TikTok, right?
Yeah, well, on TikTok, YouTube, he's all over. Not just he doesn't.
Yeah,
post
he
videos.
doesn't know. He knows zero things.
How so?
He is a man
Friendly
with an
Guardian
empty
is
head
active.
that's filled with History Channel nonsense.
Right. So, but he goes out to all these different sites and
We are returning
and
you to the
actually
front.
experiences.
Earn this. You got reinforcements
different
inbound.
cultures. So I believe there's a high power. But the thing is, I think with the Catholics and
Be advised, enemies
being
deploy
Christian,
to fire
it
station.
got
Your squad mates back on
diluted
station.
throughout the years.
Good work.
So, but I think the oldest tablets, this green emerald tablet, were small and lowercase.
You know that were like
Got the sniper.
written by a guy in the early 1900s, right?
No, I thought they were. I mean, I'm not saying no, but I thought they were.
Gas is closing in.
discovered
Relocating the
to
safe
be like
zone.
36,
Enemies are dropping into the area.
38,000.
Watch the skies.
No, it was just a guy who went to Egypt.
Fire sale
And he
active.
said,
Buy
yeah,
station
I talked
prices
to
have
an
been
ancient
reduced.
Atlantean spirit who gave me these tablets that are 30,000 years old, and I translated them for you.
The one who you're saying who wrote them.
His name is Maurice Duriel.
Okay, okay, so
Yeah, like what's more believable? That he went underneath the pyramids, talked to the spirit of a long dead Atlantean from 30,000 years ago, who gave him mystical tablets, which he then translated without knowing the language, or he just fucking made it up.
Right. He probably made it up. Right. No doubt. I didn't know about that guy. I didn't know about
Enemy
that
buy
guy. But just
station deployed.
Billy Carson, I seen a lot of his videos, and he goes in depth with a lot
Enemy
of
soldier
things
incoming.
about was it the missing link 200,000 years ago, and they took the hominids and things like that. They took that and put a cap on it. All
Resurgence window is ending.
that's why
Watch your
it lived to
six.
120
Kill
years.
confirmed, and we
120
located the
years,
rest of them.
things like
But why
that.
is it that all animals have telomeres? If it's just us. All animals have the caps on it.
Gas is inbound.
chromosomes.
Yeah, again, I didn't know that either. You're much
Almost all animals. Some animals don't, like hydras and
Your squad mates
Right,
redeploying. Well done.
hydras don't. Lobsters don't. I don't think. But yeah, like all
Your
mammals do. I
squad
think.
made it to the safe zone.
No, I was just curious because, like, again, I don't know how much you actually looked into this guy, Billy
Fire
Carson.
sales over.
Yeah, I've bumped
Just
so many
right.
of his videos.
Really.
He just makes stuff up. He doesn't say anything to you.
It just makes sense where, like, the whole Catholic, like I was baptized. Since then, I'm not about the Catholic Church. There's the temple, one or two come together, that is the church, so you don't need some, like, establishment or, this or that together to believe something. But, when I started hearing this
Contract
guy,
failed.
he was
Objective lost. Supply cache locations are resecured. Lost that contract.
I think it was a woman on this a while back. She's talking about downsized plane, and talking about how the
Deactivated. This is the end game.
was a power source
Back on
and
station.
improvement.
Go get after it.
What was the source? I know what she got it
Fly
from.
by.
It was the, you know, the
Heads
ancient,
up. Buy stations are
It's a
inbound.
TV show,
Ancient aliens.
Ancient Aliens, right? Yeah, like that show. You know what I mean? Which is like
That's not a historical source.
No, I know.
It's not a scientific. It's like almost all of it is just completely made up.
Right, and I get it, but where she got that from, or the person you were speaking was we've seen the same show, and she said they found a toy model and they replicated it to a bigger size, and it flew perfectly just like a plane. Now they found this toy and they aged it 1,000 years ago, this and that, and that's what
This was on the History Channel, right?
it was on the Ancient Aliens.
The general rule of thumb is if it's on the History Channel and it's not about World War II, it's probably not real. Like that's like you will be right 99% of the time if that's what your position is.
Well, I'm just stating the facts. You know, I mean, if you heard, and obviously you already went through it, but just some of the things he talks about the brother, and so like not just the pyramids of Egypt. So like the South America temples, they're all built the same way, and they're all marked.
No, they're not. They're completely different types of structures.
Well,
In South America, you primarily have step pyramids. In Egypt, you primarily have straight edge pyramids.
Well, basically, like, so what is the pyramid? It's a big base, and it stems up to a smaller base at the top, right?
Our Guardian
I mean,
online.
yeah, but that's just called a building.
And then, okay, so besides that, not anymore because they dried up. But when they were originally built, they were built over a river or aqueduct or something like that.
So historically speaking, what is believed to be the case is that Egyptians used water leveling in order to produce a flat foundation.
Got gas
So
moving in.
they would basically flood an area by digging a trench, letting water flow in from a local river. They'd basically flood an area with a certain amount of water and then cut off the rocks at the water level so that it was completely flat. Because they didn't really have So that's probably what you're referring to?
Right. So okay. So all right. This is just another thing. But so you were arguing with somebody a while back again about the King's Chamber, inside the pyramid, with different levels, because someone was trying to say it was a power source. You're like, and you kept saying, well, where's the proof? Where's the proof? But didn't scientists find that there was some type of mineral that, I don't know what the term or the word is, but they found like remnants inside the canals of something they were putting in there. So when the water pressure would come up, it would cause this vibration and send out some type of signal, whether it was for electricity or healing or some type of source of something.
Probably not.
No, well,
I've never heard of such a thing, but also, I don't think that there's a single mineral that exists that if you put pressure on it, it emits radiation or waves of any kind.
No,
I don't think there's a single mineral that exists.
No, not a single. So on one side of the pyramid, there's a tunnel where they're able to. Now, okay, hear me out. On the base of it is where your pressure and the water would allow all this different allow pressures, if you will. And then, but there was on one side, there was a canal going down into it that they would put. I can't remember the chemical name. Again, it was on one of those TV shows.
Hold on, sorry, one second, I have to cut you off. For everybody who's spamming piezoelectricity does not emit radiation. It is not. It doesn't emit beams of anything or radiation of anything. Piezoelectricity is not radiation. It's not healing energy. It's not radio waves. It's an electricity. Like it's not radiate. It doesn't radiate anything. So anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Braham.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You have the aqueduct or the water running underneath, where they channel the water, but then on one side they had a canal that will go into the King's Chamber, and then on the other side of the temple they had another port. And again, I don't know the terms. My memory is shot, but they would infuse these chemicals, and then with the pressure with the water, they would go up into the Queen's Chamber, and then it would some way interact and like cause some type of thing. So no,
it sounds really vague, and like if this were true, where are all the scientific papers discussing it?
Right. So you know how like the old all like the very old and crazy built cathedral churches, and they had all those window panes and things taken out that were supposedly healing mechanisms. You ever hear anything?
No, they're still there.
Well, no,
you can just go see them.
No, they're replaced.
No, like I was in a cathedral like a few months ago. I was in a cathedral from like the 1400s that had all of the original stuff in it.
Again, it's just videos I'm seeing.
Like sometimes they get replaced because they get broken, but like
I think they're replaced with something different, so it's not allowing, because like people used to supposedly go to
according to who?
Again, it's just videos I've seen, and they're probably YouTube or TikTok videos, so it's you know what do I really know? But it just sounds like it, depending on who you're listening to, it just sounds very convincing.
Well, why not just go listen to like the people who like give tours of these cathedrals, or the researchers who study the archaeology, or
right, so you don't
like why listen to like Ancient Aliens or TikTok
no,
videos?
Not just that. Like I barely watch that. I just referred that to the one
or YouTube videos for that matter.
Right. Hey baby. Hey, give me 1 second, okay? Give me a minute, babe. Give me a second. My kids just came home from school.
No, you're good. You're good. Happy Friday.
Yeah. Not for me, for them.
What? It's not Friday for you too?
No, it is, but it's nice to have that break. I have 5 kids.
Yeah, I feel that.
I got 5 children, so yeah, it's crazy.